Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Yoruus speaking and welcome to Play by Email 6, turn 51. And this is gonna be a big turn. This is gonna be a very big turn. Right, first off, I actually want to move the scout. Or no, I will check the comments first. So, let's start off with Nick. Hey Nick, yeah, holy cow, exactly. Straight to Lake Victoria, don't let someone from the West Forest settle and grab it, and I personally think that coast is better than trying to fit in the citrus too. Citrus, so you think that coast... Okay, I'm just gonna read the comments first, and then we shall see what's cooking. And I personally think that coast is better than trying to fit in the citrus too. If it's coastal, it will allow for another juggernaut coastal city along with your capital. I think Byzantine will let you settle Cocoa, and if you're 12 turns later, I'd rather take the risk than miss Lake Victoria. You have so much happiness that if you only get 4 cities, you can still grow huge and take Geneva. Yeah, exactly, that's true. Settling on silver seems fine. 3 silver and Lake Victoria. Silver plus buying Lake Victoria. We should have the gold to buy it, though the prices on normal speed are beyond belief. Look at that, 95 for... So marsh will cost... Do I have any marshes? 75. Okay, it's not that bad. No, it's actually marshes here. Okay, so I don't have any marsh to actually check out how much will it cost. Interesting. Okay, 3 silver and Lake Victoria, but keep scouting and we'll see. A 3rd city with Lake Victoria will be awesome for all kinds of reasons. Yeah, exactly. Well, soon I will move the scout. Give me a second. Just gonna read the comments. Fearsome warrior, maybe 6 cities, especially if some fish near Lake Victoria. It can be a good coastal city. Maybe 6 cities. I don't know. I think we need more scouting information. Hello. Yeah, hello, kiddo. Co? To jest napis. To jest napis. No chodź tu. Nie, Titi. Chodź z tym balonem. Oh. So, we should see about those 6 cities. Bum. Ashermis. Scouting information OP. Should plant Victoria City where it is recommended. Emo. We might have some technical issues. Okay. Dobrze. Teraz przyjdę. No to chodź. Well, technical break. Alright. So, Ashermis. Scouting information OP should plant Victoria City where it is recommended in forest, new river and sea. Hard to defend versus frigates, but you will need army of them anyway, plus you get sea trade route. Other city probably near citrus, between horses, or near hills between horses. Do know which is better for defense. The last city on Cocoa. Definitely first Lake Victoria. Alright, so this is Lake Victoria, fearsome Lake Victoria. Nick, Lake Victoria. Alright, so this is the suggestions. Answer from Nick to Ashermis. If I get silver Pantheon, I think planning on silver is just too valuable to pass up, even if he has to buy 2 tiles for Victoria rather than just 1. I do agree, though I'm a little bit afraid that we'll not have enough money actually to buy off Lake Victoria, but we shall see about that. I need old culture. I can get exactly. I absolutely agree on that. Creepy. What else could possibly be on the clouds? Every turn reveals better land than the turn before. We shall see. I haven't made any moves just yet. Awesome Pooper. Well, I did not expect Lake Victoria. I only hope you can defend this region. I hope so too. Since not so well protected naturally, because if the other players let your amazing cities unpunished, your cities will be massive, and that's our plan. We want to look weak in the early game, but since we're gonna go tradition, we're gonna be a powerhouse later on in the game. Chum Chakun. You should have the liberty with this amount of land, luxus and production tiles. Yes and no, because it's still 12-player game, and I'm gonna stop on this comment a little bit. This is still 12-player game, though Liberty sounds tremendously cool. I think long term, yes, we can gimp ourselves and it's risky in the early game. I absolutely agree with tradition, same as in other free-for-alls, but if you pass that critical point, then you're just unstoppable. And for late game, you're a beast. That's why we have chosen tradition. At least that's why I wanted tradition. And honor on the other hand, because this is only domination, so I kind of want to get that honor done sooner or later, because this is just going to be war, war, and war. If we're going to survive until crossbows, past crossbows, then we are going to be a beast, and that's the plan. Prime 7, I think you could also settle your Lake Victoria City coastal next to the river and the silver, so you can get cargo ships going, and it also makes possible to build more ships to defend frigates well. The only thing that I'm a little bit afraid of is, theoretically, if I'm going to settle here, I'm going to miss the silver, and I would need to plant another city here to get those tiles in here. So I haven't moved yet, so we shall see what's going on there. And one more comment from Chum Chukun: settle the river mouth by Lake Victoria to get it in your city quickly. You want a coastal expand to feed your capital, and this is the best. The cow and iron can be worked by a 6th city placed by the river west of Brillianto, between the two jungles. River by Brillianto here. Yeah, theoretically it is an option for another fill out city in here, if we would be Liberty. Somewhere around in here, you say. Then a city in here. Well, this will take away the tiles. I actually wouldn't. I would want to have one less city. I think I want to have one less city, but we shall see about it. We can talk about it later, make a struggle about that stuff when we get more information. With 3 iron, it will be a good forge city. Theoretically. We shall see. Having an in-between city is good for defense and road network accuracy. I agree on that, so we'll kind of need to have a discussion about that. You are then free to settle between the citrus and the horses for 5 city, and buy the cocoa for 6 city. So a city in here, you say. So it can reach this iron, the cow, this iron, the silver, and this cow, basically. So not on the river, so not here, so you can actually reach the iron, but somewhere around in here, skipping the river and keeping a jungle for theoretically a good defensive purpose. I kind of do like this idea. I think it's interesting. So 6 city option 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, then 7th Geneva as an extra luxury. That is definitely an option. Okay, so let's start on with Pantheon. Let's start off with the Pantheon, finally. And this is 1 culture and 1 fate for each gold and silver. Yes, sirree. There we go. Perfect. Our Pantheon is finally here. We finally have it. On turn 51, though, we met a religious city-state and we made a shrine very, very quickly. And we've got Pantheon turn 51. It's just like, well, hopefully it's gonna work well at least. Alright, next stop. Let's move the scout. Ooh, wow. This is marsh, so I can freely step in here. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. There is a fish, there is a horse, there is a cow, there's another iron, and there's this Lake Victoria. So what do you all think about? What do you guys think about? Where shall we plant this city? Do we actually plant it in here? We can potentially plant it in here for, this is Ancient Ruins grassland. So nobody's been there unless barbarians spooked them off. Nobody was here just yet. Nobody was here just yet. And we can even keep the marsh in here for defense if we really wanted to. Like at least 1 or 2 marshes in here to defend if somebody's gonna go from this side. There's another horse, so that's another circus in the city. Especially with this amount of food, that sounds really interesting. So we've got, okay, I am leaning towards right now 6 cities. I'm leaning towards 6 cities right now. I'm leaning towards 6 cities with 3 cities on the coast in here. Well, not 3 cities on the coast. 1 city on the coast. one city on the coast with Lake Victoria. This city will be able to work if we're gonna, yeah, if we're gonna plant here. Oh man, this is a hard choice, guys. This is a hard choice. I'm not gonna make a straw poll myself, basically. Okay, we've got this new information. I have a proposition. Either write it down, like Ashermus proposes right now a city in here, or somewhere around this river, right? So somewhere around this river, and a city, a filler city in here, then city for cocoa and for citrus later on. So 6 cities. Now this is the part I do have in here now. Depending on this barb, what he's gonna do, I potentially could move here next turn, or maybe even on a hill, risk going into the hill later on, so we can potentially see what's going on in there. But we could potentially plant city in here by Lake Victoria, get the horses for a circus, get the fish. There's a fish in here, and I don't know what's else there. But I think, okay, so write it down. You can even like copy paste this map right now and try to give your propositions. I will definitely post them in the next turn so we can have a discussion as trouble, because this land is amazing. And actually having less, well, having too many cities is not that cool of an idea, but having good cities is a tremendously good idea. I absolutely love it. So I'm gonna move here. Right now we're gonna move here, and what else? So the stropple for the Pantheon I'm gonna take away. The stropple for the Pantheon, and I'm gonna put a stropple right now because I want to know what do you guys think, because the previous stropple was silk or cocoa, a citrus or cocoa. So now I'm gonna put a stropple on this particular turn. I would be very happy if you would vote on it. Shall we go for Lake Victoria first? And I would really would be awesome if you guys could give some propositions. Where can we plant cities to use this land to full extent? Okay, I'm gonna zoom out, gonna take the mouse away. This is our land. And most probably, for my information, all of this land is at the moment totally uncontested. At least for now. With the relations I've got with Germany and Byzantine, and the knowledge that Byzantine has, yes, he met 3 players, but since he don't want to go for cocoa, so I imagine the cocoa is far away from every other people. So I like the idea of the filler city in here for a road network. This city could potentially work. 2 cows, 1, 2, 3 iron, 1 camp, 1 silver, though all of this will have to be bought sooner or later. Now we plant a city in here, we still have a cow. We've got silk, we've got silver, we've got Lake Victoria. Theoretically, a little bit of farms, a little bit less of hammers, right? There's a forest in here. There's another cow and another horse. Then city somewhere around in here, even though citrus gets the iron, horses, and cocoa city still gets tons of pasture resources. So all of those 6 cities right now seems tremendously amazing. Alright, and I messed up here because this was supposed to be food focus. Actually, let's reset the tiles. Okay, production focus, so it actually go flip next turn. I think we missed the turn because of this, what I have done in here right now. So it's not that great. Alright, so spook this guy. Spook this barb off. 14 hammers, 6 at food right now. Horrible army, almost lost that army. So we definitely slowed down right now, but hopefully we're gonna get into business later on. I really hope so. Everything's gonna work in here because the land we have at our disposal, and we're gonna get tradition rolling. We're gonna be unstoppable if we survive just after the mid game. Alright, so I guess that's it for this turn. So thank you very much for watching. I wish you a good day, good night, good evening, depending on the time zone you're in. And I invite you to vote on this straw poll. Shall we go to Lake Victoria first or somewhere else. And actually I'm going to say somewhere else because I don't know where. They would demand a different stropel. But I think most of you and I myself think that the best idea right now is go for Lake Victoria. And I ask you to give proposition about the city placements. City placement and amount of cities, so I can actually get a stropel, because for now like 6 cities really sounds very viable. 1 city in here, 1 city here or here, depending on the more scanning information. 1 city here, 1 city here, and later take Geneva. That's 7 cities, tradition, 7 cities with honor. We've got at the moment luxuries: gems, copper, silver, wine, silk, citrus, cocoa. 7 unique luxuries, unless I missed something. Hopefully I did not. 7 unique luxuries, and Geneva has also unique luxuries, so 8 unique luxuries for 7 cities. So we've got 1 luxury advantage. So 6 cities potentially could be good, though I have that little feeling that the 6th city might be a little bit too much. But then on the other hand, not taking advantage of the land that we have in here would potentially be a slight mistake. Also, on the other hand, we could theoretically skip. If we're going to plant here or even in here, we can fit in another coastal here for 2 trade routes into my capital instantly here, and actually use these tiles. This one will be a little bit slower, but it'll still be quite okay. Alright, so best wishes. Yoruus out.